Drifloon is one of the more famous, oh my god, that's creepy kind of Pokemon. Lording them all, and well, to start, in battle, it's pretty solid. Though correct me if I'm wrong here, high defense and bad HP is better than high HP and bad defense? I don't know, but its speed and special attack are pretty great, and Ghost Flying is an interesting type combination with a whopping 3 immunities, but also 5 weaknesses. In Gen 4 though, its move pool is pretty awful. The only moves worth note it gets are Gust and Payback. But it does get a huge upgrade in Gen 8 by getting both Hex and Shadow Ball by level 20, which is just nuts for that early in the game. But I do think how bad it is in the early gens kind of outweighs how good it can be later on, so 3 stars. Its availability is also pretty well known for being a specific day encounter in original Sinnoh, but it is still available super early there, as well as in Kalos, Alola, and Galar. However, you can't get it until after the 6th gym in Unova, so that will bring its average down to 4.5 stars. Its concept though is by far the most well-known part of this Pokemon. It's based on a balloon that tries to, I actually don't know if I can say this on here, it spirits away kids. Though its success at doing so does seem to vary. It attempts to, but fails in Sinnoh, then succeeds from Unova through Kalos, and becomes fatphobic in Alola apparently, and then fails again in Galar, and seems to succeed in Paldea. I feel like I can't give this 5 stars for obvious and creepy reasons, but it is undeniably a really creative concept for a ghost balloon Pokemon. Reluctantly 5 stars. And its design at face value is a pretty simple little balloon creature, but I do think that it is surprisingly well done. Sure, the little cloud hair is a bit random, but the little heart hands posing as balloon weights for unsuspecting children to grab onto, and the X of tape over its mouth I think has a bit of double meaning. Both it patches up a puncture explaining why it's a ghost of a balloon, but also a bit of a creepier idea is that it plays into the kidnapping theme. Either way, shockingly good, albeit simple design. 4.5 stars, which will grab Drifloon the final score, 4.25 stars overall, letting the top 5 slip out of its grasp. Drifblim really tones down the creepy from Drifloon for some reason, but we're hitting them all, and it is actually pretty awesome in battle. It has the whole Wailord archetype of crazy high HP and awful defenses, but it is at least decently fast and can hit decently hard. As I said with Drifloon, its Ghost Flying typing is a bit of a double-edged sword, and its move pool was again kind of weird in Gen 4. It seems to want to be more of a support Pokemon with Stockpile, Ominous Wind, and Baton Pass, but it does at least get Shadow Ball and actually a pretty great host of TMs. Then in Gen 8, it doesn't change too much on that front other than adding both Phantom Force and Strength Sap, which are amazing to be fair, and its Unburden ability can also come in really clutch in a tough spot. It's not amazing by any means, but it is really good. 4 stars. Its availability will stay the same 4.5 stars as Drifloon since it's available super early everywhere it's in, other than Unova, but its concept is where it does sadly get a bit less interesting. It of course still has the same basis of being a ghostly balloon, this time a hot air balloon, but what made Drifloon so famously interesting was how actually horrifying it was intentionally attempting to be. But only in Gen 7 and 8 does Drifblim even really allude to actually spiriting people away, and even then it seems more like that person just happened to grab on and go for a ride, and in the other generations it's more like they just got picked up and can end up anywhere, not nowhere. Big difference, which is, well, better but less interesting for a Pokemon. 4 stars. And its design I actually do like a lot better, but at the same time I think it's a bit worse, if that makes sense. Drifloon had a clear purpose with its little balloon string feet, but Drifblim is just a ghostly hot air balloon. Like I said, I think it looks much cooler, and it does still keep the patched over puncture idea explaining its ghost type, but overall it seems to be lacking as much purpose or direction. 4 stars. But that still does ascend Drifblim to a respectable 4.125 stars overall.